Turn every listing opportunity into a win with Highnote. We use this daily. Every time I have a listing appointment, every time my colleagues have a listing appointment, every time Highnote users have listing appointments, they use it to win. Now, we have a shortcut to winning more listings and more buyers in this guide. It's something we put together and it's free. It will be sent to you after. It'll be a QR code to sign up for it. And let's get into it. I am an agent, just like you. Little background. I was the #2 condo agent in San Francisco, and I'm currently with Christie's International Real Estate. Climb was a brokerage I founded, and it was a top 250 brokerage in the US, and we sold it to Realogy. And during that process, we developed a lot of cool techniques, and we taught a lot of our agents how to win. And one of them is using a tool like Highnote. Um, and the secret, okay, when you're up for a listing appointment, the secret is have a better presentation. And I don't just mean you standing there and talking and having a better presentation or presenting your materials or whatever, but the actual thing that you bring or the thing that you send needs to be better. Always, right? So it's like saying like I need a better website. You need a better website. You need better marketing. You need better presentations. And it's an easy way to lift all of your sales, whether they're buyers or sellers. And going the extra mile, taking the extra step to having something nice and delivering it nice, often can be the difference in winning. And it is for us. Now, I started in the business here during the peak in 2005. Market crashed to one half the number of transactions in 2010. If you guys are still around, I mean, if you guys were around during that time, you know how slow those days were. Today, we're in a similar situation. Very, very slow. 40 years of a 40-year high in slowness, or 40-year low in number of transactions. A lot of people are leaving the business. A lot of sellers are not selling, a lot less listing opportunity. I get it. But what does that mean? That means for every listing opportunity, you need to make sure you win and you need to go the extra mile to win. And this is where we started. We started in this very modest live work loft in south of Market, San Francisco, and we grew it to a thriving, beautiful brokerage, mainly because we were winning our listings and we were winning our buyers through great presentation, right? Now, you see these offices, they're beautiful, right? Same thing, same concept. You're not going to bring your buyers and sellers to this office. You're going to bring them here. They're going to want to see greatness. They're going to want to see beauty. They're going to want to see that you've taken the time to do great things because that's a signal that you're going to do the same for their listing or for them as a buyer. So, we had built a great team, beautiful team. We were hot, and uh, a lot of it was through our presentations. Now, in the beginning, though, you can imagine when you first start out doing something, nobody knows who you are. We were the little funnel, right? We had fewer leads and we had fewer conversion opportunities. The big funnel were the big guys in the area. And, you know, we weren't the top agents. We weren't around for centuries. And, um, we weren't the most experienced. We were new and we were always at a disadvantage. Always. There was always some other agent or brokerage that was bigger, better, more well known than us. So, what do we have to do to win? We have to be better at something else, right? We have to be better in some other way. Either you have a deeper relationship, they like you better, maybe you have better data, maybe you have a better presentation. So, presentations are Critical. So how do we beat top producers? You need to be better at something. You're not going to be better at sales. You're not going to be better at top of mind, um, uh, recognition. You're not going to be better in terms of prominence in the area. So, but you need to look like you are. And how do you do that? Have a presentation system that top producers use, right? This needs to be dialed in. And again, I don't just mean the physical piece that you bring or send ahead of time, the digital one also. And so what do you do? What happens here? Well, what we find is when you're armed with great presentations, agents win more, much more. They're gorgeous and visual, informative. They're not just full of fluff. They're really good information and knowledge on brand, and they need to be highly personalized. Imagine that you had a printed presentation, or imagine just you had a personalized printed personalization. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. John Smith. Hello, George. And then here's all about your home. Imagine that was all printed out in a 50-page or 40-page or 30-page booklet. It's not really possible to do professionally well. But personalized presentations win more. And the only way you can personalize quickly is through digital means. And but as a result of having these great personalized presentations, our agents were more professional, built trust faster, and they stood out and won. Even if they were not the best, top selling agent. What we found was having the best presentation turned our agents into top producers. Having the best presentation turned our agents into top producers. Okay, think about that. Now, let's talk about some technology, how you can make this happen, right? And one, printed, obviously. Everyone's got a printed one, right? The printed one needs to be top notch. PDF, you could take that PDF and email it. That's not a great way. Why? PDFs are huge. Two, other agents might be sending a simple PDF. Three, you don't know if they're actually reading it or not. It's a very dumb technology. So send an online and interactive presentation like a Highnote. And why do you do that? Is because it's dynamic, it's online, it stands out, it's better than a PDF, and you could see what the seller or buyer is reading or not reading. Tells you a lot about what's going on. And it's all those subtle little differences all added up that win. Now, let's talk about something here. Winning the appointment. This is the workflow of your appointment. The lead finds you, initial email or phone call, in-person meeting, you have a follow-up and a close. So the lead finds you somehow, you have an initial email or follow-up call, a phone call. Then you meet in person, and then you have a follow-up, and then you close. Every appointment works this way, whether it's buyer or seller. Now, what we say is before meeting, always send something. And what we say is send a high note presentation for the various reasons why I outlined before, and I'm going to show you how. Then, when you're in the in-person meeting, you're having a meeting and they had read the high note, and so they see, they understand who you are. You don't have to repeat yourself. You don't have to explain who you are. They know who you are already, and they have a little familiarity because you sent the pre-listing presentation, right? So you're like pre-selling in a way. And then you have a follow-up presentation where you're sending another presentation, and you could do it with Highnote because why? It's so easy to do. Usually people follow up with just a simple email, right? Or a phone call. Hey, it was so great to meet you. I'm so excited to work with you. I'm going to get you a proposal and, et cetera. But if you send something better than an email, your chances go up that much more. Now, what does this mean? What are you doing here? You're effectively you're breaking the sales appointment up into thirds. There's a pre-sale, in-person sale, and a follow-up sale. Think of it that way. You're breaking up the whole appointment into thirds. Okay. Now, this is the method, and it's either two-step or three-step, depending how you look at it. But this is Chris Lim. He's my friend and partner at Klein Real Estate, who is now president of Remax. And what he helped pioneer this by knowing that, hey, I need to establish credibility before meeting. So this is the pre-listing presentation that we have and that we send off to our clients. And um, get to know Chris, get to know the agent, and you include a video in your and let me share sound. Let me make sure I am sharing sound. 1 second here. Share sound. So we always include a video.
I'm Chris Lim, and I'm the founder of Climb Real Estate.
Can you guys hear
I don't know
that?
what my favorite neighborhood is in the Bay Area. There's just too many to choose from. I guess it's whatever one I'm in. My favorite vacation spot.
Okay, good. And here's, a little bit about my team. Here's a little bit about my brokerage. Here's more about my brokerage. Um, and then Bay Area, the office presence. You talk about your office presence. And you talk about your unique services, right? One thing that we figured out was if you just talk about what an agent does and what, the typical things that an agent does, well, that's not enough. Why? Because every agent does that. So you need to figure out, um, how you're going to be different. And, how are you going to be different and how are you going to be special? So we included something like that. And then results that speak, then you show three comps of examples of properties that you've sold or you're currently selling that are most like your seller leads property that you're trying to win the listing for, right? So show that. Then you talk about how your brokerage knows the area, or maybe you do. You want to emphasize this because a lot of agents, they try to sell out of their area, and sellers know this, and they don't want agents who may not know their area. So it's a great way to emphasize to say that you know their area well. And I found that 25% of sellers would choose me just because I knew the area well or better than others, right? And okay, good. Navigating your home sale, marketing timeline. After an offer is accepted, you want to talk about these very standard processes that happen during the sale. This is how marketing works: planning, advisory, off market, listing goes on the market. Once it's in contract, closing. And then after an offer is accepted, what happens after an offer is accepted? Um, you know, uh, all the steps that need to happen after your offer is accepted. Okay. And let's see. The other thing for a pre-listing is you want to send something about the home, but do not send the value. it could only backfire if you're wrong. Because I mean, it could only backfire because sometimes you're going to be wrong. Why? Because you didn't consider several things. One, the condition of the home. Two, any upgrades to the home or changes to the home that you can't see without looking at the home. Three, the location. Is it on a busy street? Is it at the cul-de-sac? Down a cul-de-sac? Does it have views? Is it next to some power plant or some garbage plant? What is around it? You haven't seen the home. And the most important reason why you don't want to send the value before is you don't know what the seller thinks the home is worth. And then if you send the valuation before, you are not, you're going to be shooting yourself in the foot because the seller is, 9 out of 10 times really looking for the agent who believes they can sell it for more. Okay. So don't send that in. So what do you send instead? Send tax records. Send stuff from public records. Maybe send a prelim if you want. Send something about the home that shows you did a little due diligence and go to Zillow, print it out, whatever it is. It shows the tax records. It shows, if you have tax records available, which is most of the country, you can show building square footage, the year it was built, lot size, what they paid for it, who the owners are, any sort of loans, etc., and encumbrances on it. Well, encumbrances you only see with the title report, but you'll see public record information, and you should bring that at least. And then remind them, what's the value of your home? Hold on, I'm not going to send it now. I got to look at it first, right? And then this way you could give a more accurate opinion. However, the other reason why you want to say that is so that you have a reason to follow up with them after the meeting, right? And you don't want to blurt out the price when you show up. Oh yeah, I think your home is right around 400. Don't do that, even if you think you know for sure. Uh, because I've done that too, where like, oh, I think your home is worth 1 400. But um, sometimes I'll go back and figure out after I think about it, oh my God, I didn't consider this or consider that, and I was actually wrong by like 10,000 or 25,000. So don't do that. Now, you want to talk about the partnership. In other words, when you work together, there's a listing agreement that you need to sign. And why do you send this ahead of time? Two reasons. One, it's called a presumptive or an assumptive close. It means it's a sign of strength, and it's a typical closing technique that puts in the seller's mind that, oh, okay, I'm gonna need to sign this to move forward, right? And it also shows strength. It shows like, wow, this person's coming in and expecting to get this signed. It shows strength. It's putting in their mind that they need to move forward. And okay, now commissions. What's the NAR commission lawsuit about? You need to talk about this because everyone heard about it and they've heard that commissions have dropped. Okay. Commissions have dropped, so they want to understand what's going on. As we all know, it hasn't dropped. It's just changed how it's paid. Testimonials, and then why me again? So this tells a great story. Me, my team, my brokerage. Why my brokerage, my specialties, my special services, comps that I've sold or homes that I've sold like yours. I know your area. My brokerage knows your area, how a sale works, about your home, about how we work together, and then my testimonials and me again. It's a great story. It's a great way to win. And you get analytics when you see it. Let me demonstrate that for you right now. This is Highnote. Uh, and let me log in. Somehow I got logged out. And all right, great. So what I'm going to do is I have this presentation ready to go. And this is a great agent at Remax, Brianna Castillo. And we were using this as a template. But what I'm going to do is share this. So this is what it looks like, just so you see it. It's about her and her team, the power of Remax, navigating the home sale, etc. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to share this and in the chat here, and I'm going to call it demo for my purposes. And I'm just going to share this in the chat. So when you get this, everyone click on it. Oops, 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 oops. Let me change. I gotta put an email on there. Um, I'm gonna make it so that you need to submit your email. So try it again. Click on that link or refresh the link. And you could, when people open things, you could ask for um, emails and things like that so you could capture the leads. But you could also make sure that they're not, it's not they're not forwarding around, or if they are. So I see Crush or C Rush at Intero.com opening it. And keep on doing it. Heather at Phoenix Hot Property is opening it. Rob at thecolegroup.co. Um, and you guys are all on Chrome browsers, on laptop or desktop. Let me see. Key to your new home at Gmail has opened it. And I also see Real Estate by Lana at Outlook using an Edge browser. You're using a Windows machine, right? Now, I don't see anyone using a phone yet. But if you were using a phone, I could see that. And um, what's cool about this, right, is I know how long you've read it for, right? Crush, C Rush checked out Brianna Castillo in action and checked out I guess her homepage or one pager for 5 seconds. Um, and I could keep looking and seeing C Rush also looked at meet the Remax DFW Associates team for 10 seconds. I could see exactly what's going on. And it's very powerful. The other day, I was up for a listing appointment and she wanted me to follow up. I sent her something, and so I saw she opened it. Great. And I go checked it out. I checked out what she opened and did. She opened it from a phone and she looked at it for literally 5 seconds. So she opened it and closed it. What does that mean? She was too busy. She opened it when she was on the go. So I know I need to follow up, right? And get her to read that thing. But you'll see that sometimes. You'll see sometimes they haven't opened it, right? In which case you need to follow up, or that they've read it a lot and they've done things like read the listing agreement. If they've read the listing agreement or spent some time on it, what do you think that means? So, or let's say they're reading your testimonial page. What does that mean? It means they don't know who you are if they're reading your testimonials. They don't trust you yet. They're trying to figure out should they work with you. Now I see Heather at Phoenix Hot Property looking at it. 2 minutes. Rob, you're looking at a couple of things too. So I hope everyone understands the power of this. Super powerful. Now, the other thing I did, because this is online and in real time, I sent the presentation and I realized I forgot something. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot to add something. And I went back and changed it and added something. So let's just say I want to add something. I'll put, let's just say I wanted to add this video that I forgot or whatever, or maybe I put the wrong video. But here's a video I made about, hey, this is Mark Choey, the two-bedroom entry-level market in San Francisco. Here, I put it in here. Video about the entry level two-bedroom condos in SF, right? Nice. Thank you, Heather. So I could insert a video and enable autoplay. Now, if you refresh this, you could see it's already in there. So really powerful. Um, that's a great testimonial. Thank you, Heather. Um, it's a great way. Now, like you're thinking, well, this is this overkill? Is winning a listing overkill? Let me ask you, right? Is winning a listing over? How badly do you want to win a listing? If you think this is overkill, then I guess you don't want to win a listing. I want to win every listing I can, and I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure I win that listing. So, um, it's this is the attitude you got to have, especially now. And give me 1 second here. But did you refresh that page and you could see um, the update? I put that video in there. So, all right, cool. Let's talk some more about Highnote. Now, after you sent your pre-listing and then you met them, send a follow-up presentation. I'm going to show you what that looks like next. So, why do you send a follow-up? Because you're going for it. You're going for the win, right? Don't just send one presentation, send two. Your competition, think about it this way, is maybe sending one at most or nothing at all, right? And you have nothing to lose except thousands of dollars. How much is a listing worth in your area, right? To me, a $2 million listing is worth about $40,000. $40,000. What are you going to do for $40,000? $40,000. Let me repeat that. So why would you not do everything you can to win this presentation? All right. So here's what a follow-up presentation looks like. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to provide my broker price opinion on the sale of your home. I look forward to working with you. Here are my observations of walking through your home. Here's the strategy. Here's the target demographic. Here's the timing. Here's my opinion of what the home is worth. You could put in spreadsheets, you could put in CMAs, you could put in whatever you want. In San Francisco area, we need to kind of go a little more detailed because they're not cookie cutter homes. You could have a $500,000 shack sitting next to a $10 million home. You can't just like run an average in a neighborhood, right? It's not going to work. So you need to kind of fine tune and pick these things apart. Online property values, talk about that. Dangers of overpricing, talk about that. Sales and marketing calendar, importance of disclosure, talk about all these things. Talk about reasons why your home isn't selling. All these things are included in these templates. Summary of my recommendations. Summarize everything you just said. Send another listing agreement. You could even have it pre-filled out or it is a sample. Depends how you like to close. My team, my testimonials, and why me again. See how powerful this can be? And guess what? If you send it, they don't read it, didn't cost you anything to do, right? But chances are they're going to read it and you're going to win. So always do this. Always do this. You can't, it doesn't cost you anything. All right. Now, when you try to build the reason why we build Highnote is because presentations are hard to build. This is you when you get a lead. All your shit is everywhere. Everywhere. Your desktop, your cloud, the web, on everything and everywhere. You don't know what to send, but you want to put it all together. So your options, build your own presentation. Good luck. Use a CMA tool. Okay, but they're not great. They're not customizable, and they focus on providing comps. That's not how you sell, just providing comps. Anyone could do that, right? And or you could have your marketing team work on it. Good luck with that too. They can't just turn it around in 5 minutes, right? You need to work on it. So you give up. And what do? You send some terrible email full of attachments and links. Guess what happens on the other side? Your sellers or buyers are looking at it like, whoa, this is kind of crazy, too much stuff. And you don't know what they're reading. So what we the lesson here is you absolutely need a great presentation today, and Highnote is the tool to do it. And it needs to be online, it needs to be interactive, right? You could also send a physical one, but if you do, and you think your buyers, your sellers need that, also send a digital one. So Highnote, what is it? A next generation real estate sales platform, AI, digital, interactive, drag and drop, easy to modify on the fly, duplicate, personalize, and deliver. You saw how easy it was. Your presentations will stand out and win. Notifications, analytics, you get notified when people read it. You get to see what they're reading, right? And you see what, when, how many times it's being read. Highnote lets you be the fly on the wall. Asset builder. We have an AI asset builder that helps build them using AI. Done for you template service. If you need help, we can give you help. We have a lot of preset templates, or we could customize one for you. It's an extra fee for that service. One-on-one meetings, fast turnaround time, multiple template styles, unlimited edits, custom PDF for edit extra. Okay. Full Highnote tutorial as well. Make sure you are got the best presentation and building and winning. Katie Day from Real Broker won 23 listings worth more than 11 millions with a single Highnote. Highnote was the difference maker for a listing I won, where I was competing against the number 3 agent in my city. They canceled Michael Minson. They canceled the other agent's appointments after spending 2.5 hours reviewing our Highnote pre-listing. And then Michael, an older agent, I use it right out of the gate to snag some big listings. And so this is an easy to use tool, and easy to use tool, everything from young kids to older people. Super great way to have that on here. And more use cases. Client updates. I use it for client updates. And open house sign-in, marketing or digital flyers, winning offers, recruiting, closing docs, or annual reviews. These are great tools to you can use, you can perform with Highnote. Deborah Blue from Keller Williams says, having a platform like Highnote allows me to present every aspect of our communication from nurture to close. So winning offers, these are what offers look like. Digital flyers, these are great use case to send property flyers with this, rather than just sending a PDF or an MLS listing link. You could send this. Why? Because you could see if they're being read, right? So I'm gonna put my name in here, and this is the kind of thing you can send with a Highnote. Putting maps in, videos, pictures, the developer, etc. And here's another one from New York. And the interiors, virtual tour, floor plan, videos of the property. So all kinds of great things that you can do with Highnote. Sales portfolio, I use it to showcase what I'm currently selling, and what's coming soon, some of my notable transactions, etc. And I put that in my signature. So I get a lot of views on that as well. People use it for link in bio, putting the link here. Welcome books, right? Using it for welcoming people to a property, let's say a buyer or a renter, having all the information in one spot. Agent to agent walkthroughs. This is one of my favorite use cases of an agent. he will
All right, this agent to agent
talk about
video,
the
this is so
property.
you know a little bit more about the house before you even walk in the door if you're showing the home. Feel free to pass this video on to your clients, but we're going to talk about 143, yes, 143.
So what he does is because they sell with lockbox, people go using lockbox, he can't always be at the property. So he's selling the home through these videos. And what's also cool is he shows future sellers that this is what he does. And he wins listings just because he does this. And the sellers love the fact that he does this. He goes through the extra mile and does this. And so guess what? He wins listings just by showing that he does this. He goes the extra mile. Seller portals, when you're working with a seller or buyer, showing them all the work you're doing and have done. Closing docs, neighborhood guides, annual real estate reviews, open house sign-ins, recruiting, so many things. Done for you templates. Again, we can build these for you and do it. And if you buy a done for you template, we guarantee you're going to win. If you use these presentations and use Highnote as described, and if it doesn't help you win more, we will refund your money, right? But you have to do it after buying the done for you, because we want to make sure you're doing it right? And if you buy the done for you, we build them for you and we teach you how to use it and you use it the way we describe it. And if it doesn't help you win, I'm going to refund your money. Okay? No risk. Individual plans. 33.25 per month, purchased annually. But guess what? We have a discount available now, and it's going to be 20% off. Now, the done for you, right, is separate. It's a separate service, but it's a setup service, 350 bucks unlimited changes, a tutorial, one-on-one meeting like I told you. Now, also, having a great presentation is an easy way to win, right? In summary, this is the discount, 20% off. And, please schedule a call with us, with Chris. Yeah, Heather, I'm so glad you got this. I'm going through the messages. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Yeah, there's a lot of great use cases to really elevate your business. Cool. Lana, you're in. Fantastic. If you need a demo, book a time with Chris or just purchase right away. Highnote.io/purchase. Steven, you have good shit. Nice. I like that. Kristen, switch from phone a lot. Can you resend a link to the sample Highnote? Yeah. Let me see. Cool. Lana, if you still need a demo, book with Chris, all right? He can help you and show you more and get you started. All right. And then here's the QR code. How to win listings before your listing appointment, all on paper. How to make sure your listing appointment is successful. How to wow buyers before an appointment. There are guides you can download and read at your free time. And yeah, so scan that and you could get those free guides. So we're going to be sending a replay of this. We could send you templates, with that email, and then we'll send you a copy of the slides as well. And so you have it for your reference. But we run these webinars pretty regularly, and every 2 to 4 weeks, something like that. And we'll be adding and talking about new content every time. And yeah, Chris Lim's presentation, absolutely. And yeah, we are looking forward to working with you. This is the pre-listing, and here's the follow-up listing presentation. The first one is the pre-listing, and the second one is the follow-up listing presentation. And do it in your way. You're gonna find great ways to do it and adapt it to your own business. But everyone needs help today. The market's so slow, and we just got to get through it all, right? So thank you. Again, my name is Mark Choey. You can email me at mark@highnote.io. And thank you so much. All right. Until next time. Thanks, everyone.